Now I'm going to make this little guy using Photoshop shapes. So paths into shapes or directly into shapes. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take our layer. It's going to be locked. You want to unlock it so you can get to the opacity. So you can move the opacity down so we can trace it a little bit easier. So there we go. And then you want to start a new layer and make sure that you're working on that layer for your paths. Make sure you're working on the layer. And we're going to grab the pen tool. And let's just start with his little nose. Make sure on the pen tool. All right, start with his little nose. So we're just going to do that. Pull it over there. Just a little bit of curve. Goes very quickly. Again, if you press Control, you can go back and you can kind of move stuff around a little bit. I'm going to continue onward. So because that's blue, the next one I'm choosing is going to attach to that one. And then we'll finish it off here. I need another point in the middle there. So use my pen tool to go over here and add anchor point. So I can put a new one on there. And then I'm going to press Control to move it down. There we go. And then move this guy down here like that. All right, we'll call that good. Good enough. All right, so now we have this path right here on this layer. We're going to call this nose so we don't get confused, right? So we're going to make sure that we're on this layer, right? If we're over here, then we're going to end up making the nose on this layer. So you got to tell it which layer you want to make the nose on. You want the nose on this layer. Go over here to the path, choose your working path, choose a color that you want the whatever to be, right? And then we are going to fill the path with that, right? And if you want to change the color at this point, you totally can change the color, however you want to do it. If it's not looking good, you can just kind of redo it. Okay, so go back over into your layers. Okay, so that is the layer. All right, so it's looking good. Looking good so far. Okay, so now we have his nose. So then you can choose a new layer. We're going to call this one the body. Call that one the body. And the nose should go on top of the body, right? It's a layer situation. But we'll turn off the nose for now, not to confuse ourselves. And now we have this path hanging out here. If you want, now you're done with the path. You can just kind of get rid of it. If you add more paths to it, you're just going to get more paths on here. It just gets a little confusing. So I'd recommend just getting rid of it because you don't need it anymore. So you're done with that working path. Go back to your layers. Now we're on body. Okay, so when you go to the pen tool, another way to do it is to make sure you're on the right pen thing. Make sure the pen tool, get all these up here. You can actually start with a shape. Okay, so if we actually start with a shape, pick your color, and then when you kind of dragging around, right, making a shape, it's coloring it in as you're going. So you don't have to go over and, redo it. So you can definitely do it this way, and it's filling it in as we're going. So again, this is kind of down and dirty. Right, so just kind of follow it. You can, if you're finding the curves to be really, really difficult, you can just do tiny little straight lines also, right? So let's just say we're done with this just for the purpose of demonstrating. Let's just say we're done. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now if you turn that on, there's this little nose. Okay, so you're going to also want to make, you're going to want to make this part white and all that stuff. So that's how you're going to do this. So it's just practice. So you can start with a shape or start with a line and turn it in. So be really careful to make sure you're on the correct layer when you're doing this, because it does make a difference. And I would recommend deleting the paths in the path thing when you're done. Okay, good luck.